Julian Assange, founder of Wikileaks, was forcibly dragged from the Ecuadorian embassy in London on Thursday, bringing an extraordinary 7-year diplomatic stalemate to an end. Australian citizen and IT professional, Mr. Assange introduced a non-profit international organization called Wikileaks back in 2006, that publishes secret information, news leaks and classified media by using cryptography to link publishers with whistleblowers. It sent shockwaves through the upper echelons of power that continue to reverberate. The 47-year-old was arrested after Ecuador revoked his political asylum and invited Metropolitan police officers inside their Knightsbridge premises, where he has stayed since 2012 to avoid extradition to Sweden over sexual assault allegations which Assange has always denied. Last month, former U.S. intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning, previously imprisoned for downloading U.S. military and diplomatic documents for Wikileaks in 2010, was again jailed for refusing to testify before a grand jury. Mr. Assange now faces the possibility of extradition to the U.S., where he has been indicted on a conspiracy charge in connection with his interactions with Ms. Manning. The U.S. government's position with regard to these two individuals, as well as whistleblower Edward Snowden, is indicative of an illiberal attitude towards those demanding greater accountability and transparency of public institutions. Assange will receive consular assistance on Friday, but he should not expect any special treatment, the country's Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, said. Dramatic footage showed him handcuffed, heavily bearded and with his hair tied back, gesticulating and shouting, "UK must resist," as plainclothes officers carried him from the embassy shortly after 10 a.m. to a waiting police van. He was clutching what appeared to be a copy of Gore Vidal's History of the National Security State. Theresa May told MPs that she welcomed the arrest and said, "This goes to show that in the United Kingdom, no one is above the law." Assange's arrest came one day after Wikileaks accused the Ecuadorian government of an extensive spying operation against him. Assange's lawyer Jennifer Robinson told to a program that her client's arrest set a dangerous precedent that should concern free speech advocates. Jeremy Corbyn tweeted, "The extradition of Julian Assange to the US for exposing evidence of atrocities in Iraq and Afghanistan should be opposed by the British government." Freedom of speech advocates, including US whistleblower Edward Snowden, said that an extradition over the leaks constituted a risk to press freedom. Meanwhile, actor Pamela Anderson, one of a diverse range of public figures and celebrities to have visited Assange, tweeted that she was in shock, and accused the UK of being America's bitch and of seeking a diversion from your idiotic Brexit bullshit. The pioneering work of Wikileaks has revolutionized public interest journalism. The group has released a number of prominent document dumps. Early releases included documentation of equipment expenditures and holdings in the Afghanistan war and a report informing a corruption investigation in Kenya. In April 2010, Wikileaks released the collateral murder footage from the July 12, 2007 Baghdad airstrike, in which Iraqi journalists were among those killed. Other releases in 2010 included the Afghan War Diary and the Iraq War Logs. In April 2011, Wikileaks began publishing 779 secret files relating to prisoners detained in the Guantanamo Bay detention camp. During the 2016 U.S. presidential election campaign, Wikileaks released emails and other documents from the Democratic National Committee and from Hillary Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta. These releases caused significant harm to the Clinton campaign, and have been attributed as a potential contributing factor to her loss. The U.S. intelligence community expressed high confidence that the leaked emails had been hacked by Russia and supplied to WikiLeaks, while WikiLeaks denied their source was Russia. In the U.S., Donald Trump said, "I know nothing about WikiLeaks," adding, "It's not my thing." In the final month of the 2016 election, Trump mentioned WikiLeaks 164 times.
WikiLeaks! I love WikiLeaks!
Do you still love WikiLeaks?
I know nothing about WikiLeaks. It's not my thing.
WikiLeaks! I love WikiLeaks!
Should the extradition of Mr. Assange go through, it would set a terrible precedent, eroding the progress made by press freedom campaigners to democratize access to information and its attendant redistribution of power to the people. The impact of this, too, would be felt the world over, particularly in countries where a free press is already under assault.
Voice of the Nation.